Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Muhammad Zubair Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister inaugurated third unit of Karachi nuclear power plant in Karachi today, which will produce 1100 megawatts of electricity. Finance Minister has reiterated the government's firm resolve to introduce Sharia-compliant interest-free banking and finance system in the country. Pakistan has expressed the hope that Afghanistan will live up to its commitments made with the international community and play its role to address the challenge of terrorism. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees launched a one-time cash assistance scheme for some 1.3 million Afghan refugees in Pakistan today. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has castigated Modi government to uproot Muslims and settle Hindu fanatics in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir to change the demography of the territory. A delegation of European Union has arrived in Kyiv to discuss support and deliveries for Ukraine. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif inaugurated K3, the third unit of Karachi nuclear power plant in Karachi today, which will produce 1100 megawatts of electricity. The project has been completed with the assistance of China. Addressing the occasion, the Prime Minister stressed the need of fully tapping coal, wind and solar energy potential of the country to meet energy demand and reducing dependency on imported fuel for energy purpose. He said K3 is a step forward in cooperation with Pakistan's trusted friend China. He also congratulated the scientists and workers of Pakistan and China, which led to the completion of the project. The Prime Minister said in view of $27 billion energy import bill, Pakistan requires alternative and cheaper sources of energy including solar, wind, hydel and nuclear. He said Pakistan is gifted with enormous resources with the potential of producing 60,000 megawatts through hydel power. Shehbaz Sharif said the electricity projects under the China-Pakistan economic corridor are greatly contributing to the country's energy demands through the production of thousands of megawatts. Director General International Atomic Energy Agency Rafael Mariano Grossi in a video message emphasized the importance of using safe use of nuclear energy as Pakistan faced challenges of climate change. Minister for Finance Mohammad Ishaq Dar has reiterated the government's firm resolve to introduce Sharia-compliant interest-free banking and finance system in the country. Addressing the National Islamic Forum virtually, he said the subject of Islamic finance is very close to his heart and is making all-out efforts to implement Sharia-compliant banking and economic system. He said efforts would be made to implement an interest-free economic and finance system. Speaker National Assembly Raja Parvez Ashraf has said resolution of issues faced by Balochistan is inevitable for progress and development of the whole country. Chairing a meeting of National Assembly's Special Committee on Balochistan in Islamabad today, he said we must work together to find practical solutions to resolve these issues. The committee decided to frame terms of reference for fast-tracking and prioritizing the problems faced by people of the province and work for their resolution. Pakistan has expressed the hope that Afghanistan will live up to its commitments made with the international community and play its role to address the challenge of terrorism. Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Zahra Baloch, while replying to a question during weekly news briefing in Islamabad today, said terrorism is a common threat to both Pakistan and Afghanistan and we must take a strong stand against such entities that use violence against innocent citizens and law enforcement agencies. The spokesperson reiterated Pakistan's resolve to root out the scourge of terrorism and safeguard the security of every citizen. She said no country should allow its territory to be used for perpetrating terrorism against Pakistan. Responding to another question, the spokesperson said Pakistan has a foreign policy that prioritizes developing good relations with all countries. She said we have constructive dialogue with all countries, including Russian Federation, the United States, the European Union, and our neighbors. She said bilateral relations with Russia, including economic cooperation, will further deepen in future. Mumtaz Zahra Baloch informed that Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Hina Rabbani Khar will undertake a 2-day visit to Sri Lanka from tomorrow. The spokesperson said that the Minister of State will participate in the 75th Independence Day of Sri Lanka as a guest of honor. In addition to attending the Independence Day events, she will call on the Sri Lankan leadership and hold a meeting with the Foreign Minister of Sri Lanka. The spokesperson further said Pakistan and Sri Lanka have historic ties that have grown steadily in all aspects of bilateral cooperation. She said we also have worked closely in multilateral forums, including SAARC. The visit of the Minister of State would contribute to enhanced understanding between the two countries and signal Pakistan's support for Sri Lanka in a difficult time. This is Radio Pakistan. King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center has launched third phase of distribution of 25,000 non-food items and 25,000 winter relief kits among flood-affected people in Pakistan. According to a press release issued by the center, 350,000 people will benefit from this relief assistance. Each kit comprises 2 blankets, warm clothes, a shelter kit with plastic mat, kitchen set and antibiotic soaps. National Disaster Management Authority will distribute all these relief packages with the help of registered NGOs and local government. This project comes under the umbrella of humanitarian projects by Saudi Arabia, represented by the King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center to assist needy families living in Pakistan. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees launched a one-time cash assistance scheme for some 1.3 million Afghan refugees in Pakistan affected by devastating floods of the last year as well as the prevailing economic situation. The Minister for State and Frontier Regions, Mohammad Talha Mahmood, launched the scheme today with UNHCR's Regional Director for Asia and the Pacific, Mr. Indrika Ratwate. UNHCR continues working with Pakistan as it recovers from the aftermath of last year's devastating floods with a special focus on areas hosting refugees. Some 800,000 refugees live in areas that were impacted by the devastating monsoon. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has deplored that Narendra Modi-led fascist Indian government is hell-bent to uproot the Muslims and settle Hindu fanatics in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir to change the demography of the territory. According to Kashmir Media Service, APHC senior leader Ghulam Ahmad Gulzar, in a statement issued in Srinagar, said the Modi regime, since abrogating the special status of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir on August 5, 2019, is taking one step after another to snatch the identity, culture and land of Kashmiris. He condemned the occupation authorities for sealing the APHC head office and said that such actions will only solidify the resolve of freedom-loving Kashmiris to carry on their freedom struggle. Ghulam Ahmad Gulzar thanked Pakistan for its unwavering support to the Kashmiris' just struggle for securing their right to self-determination. On the other hand, posters appeared in Srinagar, Baramulla and other areas of the Kashmir Valley thanking Pakistan for its continued support to the Kashmiris' freedom struggle. The posters read the message like "Go India, go back" and "Kashmir Banega Pakistan." In Ukraine, at least 3 people were killed and 18 wounded in a Russian missile strike at a complex in eastern Donetsk region. Over a dozen top European Union officials visited Kyiv today to promise military, financial and political aid and show support for Ukraine. Headed by European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, the members of the European Union's Executive European Commission will meet President Volodymyr Zelensky. European Union officials said talks would include discussion of more arms and money for Ukraine as well as more access for Ukrainian products to the European Union market and helping energy needs. Iran has blamed Israel for drone attack on a military factory near the central city of Isfahan last week. In a letter to the United Nations chief, Iran's UN envoy Amir Said Irawani said investigations suggest Israel was responsible for Saturday night's attack. And finally, the weather report. Cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while cloudy in upper parts during the next 12 hours. Light rain with light snowfall is expected at isolated places in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan, while light rain with drizzle is likely in Potohar region. Fog is likely to occur over South Punjab. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.